Guys, we arrived in Kenya and it is so beautiful, especially just driving through the farmlands and seeing how much they get done with their land. We're always so proud to see what Kenyans can do and have done with the pieces of land they have. We're still on the way to Nakuru, so we'll stop by for a coffee, and maybe this time it would be nice to hear from Mark, who got me into loving the farm life, what he likes about being on the road, but also visiting a lot of farms and seeing how much they can contribute to food security. So yeah, we're grabbing a coffee now at, what's it called? Coffee something, but that's Mark right there, and it will be nice to hear from him when we get back into the car about what he loves about being on the road and how long he's driven for. Yeah, come. And that's Mark. Hey. What did you order? Coffee. Keeps the man alive. Coffee. For any of you driving from Kampala to Eldoret or Nakuru, there's a nice cafe over here. I like the map. I actually have that in my office background. Oh, doesn't seem complete. It's quite nice. So you can stop over here for a coffee. They have all kinds of drinks, and there you have it. All they have is on the chart, and you're able to decide what you want. Look what we have here. This is right by the highway. We took a stop to get some coffee. So beautiful. Kenya is always so beautiful. Kenya is such a beautiful country. However, I can't deal with the cold. Even when in the Netherlands, I'm always thinking, yeah, I need to go back home. But yeah, it's always nice to be here. It's always nice to see how much activity related to farms over here as opposed to Uganda. They have a lot of cool trucks on the road, a lot of large farms, a lot of trucks with food, a lot of markets and stalls on the roadside. It shows a lot of development in terms of bridging the gap of food security. So we commend you Kenyans and all the Kenyan people and the Kenyan government. So you could plan to make a stop over here at the Sobea Center stopover. It has really nice coffee. I don't take coffee, but I just love to smell the aroma of the coffee. But it looks really beautiful. It's such a beautiful cafe. So come over. And you can also go to the toilets here. The lady said tunalipa 20, so you have to use 20,000 shillings for the toilet. Fair enough, because the toilets were clean and they had tissue. It's a nice stopover. You can't say a thing about it. You cannot say a thing about this place. There is the potato man. I'm here with a potato man, and he's going to tell us about how he grew up. I mentioned before that he's the reason I now love the farm life. Okay, Mark, why don't you tell us about yourself? But tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this farm life.
Yeah, Mark, I'm a farmer's son. Grew up my whole life at the farm. And never get tired of it. So I always like to travel, see new farms, get new ideas, learn how other farmers are doing, how they make a success out of their farm. We have a complete other environment back in the Netherlands.
And then when you get to the farm, it's not you don't. In fact, we saw them harvesting a lot of potatoes. That's always so exciting, even for me now. Every time I see potatoes flowering or just potatoes in a field, I'll just be so excited because it's incredible that, this land can give back to the natives with delicious food like potatoes. So come along, let's find out how much potatoes they have over here. They're building a greenhouse. more time. What is this thing called?
It is called disinfection.
Alright, but it's a pool or pond. So when coming to agriculture or entering such a professional farm, you have to dip your feet, boots into a pond or this disinfection pool so that you don't affect all the crops inside of the premises. You're welcome! Full to the brim. The potatoes that produce other potatoes. This is girl power. It's a girl behind the wheels, and nothing makes me so excited to know that we can do even these jobs much better.
So this one will be seat size 2.
Yeah.
These two will be seat size 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't see any way around. So this one was killed when we reached 90% of the expected.
Yeah.
The crop was
You do regularly
What?
check, and then you say, okay, it is ready. Then you spray.
Then we just wait until the skin sets.
Yeah.
So that by the time you brought it to take to Uganda, you don't have an issue to do with the road.
No, exactly.
Welcome to the jungle. Our home for tonight, we cannot wait. It's been a long day at the farm. We have harvested, we have joined the team at Agrico to get every answer we've had to the challenges we have in Uganda. And here we are now, we come to the end of the day, ready to relax and then start the day yet again tomorrow. Our internet is off now because the internet has been shut off in Uganda. However, we hope to utilize the Wi-Fi at this place in Kenya. We thought the roaming would do well for us, but luckily we have Wi-Fi since the roaming has been cut off. So we can't wait to enjoy our holiday and our stay in Kenya, and we hope to bring you along. That is the end of our day today, so hope you enjoyed it.
Nipelekea utanipelekea wote nakupigia kidogo ukiwa done.
I could have the soup. What's the soup for the day?
Yeah.
What's the
Okay,
soup for the
this
day?
soup is mixed vegetable soup. Yeah, it's the ginger butternut soup. So we usually serve with bread.
But it's big enough for a meal?
Yeah, that one is it's good for one person. Yeah.
So ginger butternut, no bread though, and then I have fries.
You see, you don't take wheat. So meaning anything like bread, you can't take with bread.
No.
So it's just soup only.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Do you have the menu?
Yeah, it's here. Just 1 minute, I'll bring the menu.
All right. The soup and some fries. Make them crispy, please. Guys, look at our cottage. So cute and very green, I must say. Ooh. Guys, welcome to our crib.
We use solar, and today the weather is pretty
Good. So I think the water is hot. But in the morning when you want to take shower,
Yes.
you have this electric booster. You have to boost it. Probably it will keep itself off. Don't worry about it. And then you have to wait for 10 to 15 minutes and then you get hot water. That's
Then it's
right.
hot. Okay.
Yeah.
So you put it till.
Guys, I'll let the husband take care of that. But if we did have babies or friends over, this is where you'd be staying. I guess we'd have to draw the curtains now. But it's quite beautiful. Still on a farm. What do you have on this farm apart from horses?
Cows. Yes, we have cows.
Yeah. And what else?
Yeah, we have a lot of chameleons. It's
Oh, yeah?
named after chameleons. The farm.
Yes, Kambu.
Kembo. Kembo is a chameleon in our native language.
Yeah.
Kikuyu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. We'll get some luggage now. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you for showing us around.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this cute little bathroom. Everything is very customized to a farm. Love, love, love it. Very tired, but we shall manage. The only warmth Kenya needs. We didn't have time to freshen up, but this is the cute little dining area. We have some work to do, although the internet has been cut down in Uganda. So we'll work here as we wait for our dinner. He just loves to keep adding fire to the fireplace. He loves this, doesn't he? Loves a good warm fire. Because you know his wife loves it even more.
He's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Go have a look.
Yeah.
So they basically, he put his ship into dry dock in Calcutta,
Yeah.
and they got a lift with some Indian labour that was
Yeah.
coming to build bridges and stuff here, and they arrived and they got to Nairobi, and then it started getting interesting and beautiful, and they crossed these amazing highlands, and then they dropped down into the Rift Valley, and the next station they got to was Naivasha, and they disconnected their carriages from the train, and they talked to the Maasai and said, "We just crossed some beautiful country. Whose is that?" And the Maasai said, "That plateau there is ours. All the grassland, as far as you can see up on that plateau, belongs to the Maasai. And where the trees start, that belongs to the Kikuyu, who are our enemies." And they said, "Well, is there anywhere that we can settle?" And they said, "Well, there's some beautiful land up against the forest. Because if we go close to the forest, the Kikuyu come and shoot poisoned arrows at us. If any Kikuyu are stupid enough to leave the forest, we'll kill them." So there's this 5-mile wide piece of land all the way along the edge of the forest where nobody lives. No Kikuyus, no Maasai, nobody lives there. And they said, "If you go there, there's some nice land. And if the Kikuyus don't kill you, you're welcome to." And so they went there. And they organised a foot safari from Naivasha all the way up onto the Kinangop. And they found this beautiful hill with these 2 streams nearby. And they set up a camp. And the captain and his oldest daughter went off exploring, and the mist came down off the mountain and they got completely lost. They had to shelter in a tree, and the night came, and the next morning they woke up and the mist was gone, and it was blue sky and frost everywhere, frozen ground, and they could see the campfires from the camp just 2 kilometers away. So they went back there, and they found his wife and daughter and son, and all the porters had run away because the water had frozen. And they believed that if the water turns to ice, everybody's going to get ill and die.
Yeah.
So they ran away. And they were abandoned there. So they stayed there for a couple more days and decided this is the most beautiful place we've ever found. And why don't we settle here?
Yeah.
So they boxed all of their camp up, they hid it in the branches because there was nobody to carry anything.
No.
And they walked back to Naivasha and they got the train back to Nairobi. And they got to Nairobi, the captain got on the train back to Mombasa to go back to India to sell his ship and get the money he needed and buy some stuff to start a farm. And his wife and the children stayed with an Indian family in Nairobi. They went to say, we'd like to settle on this land. What do we have to do? And they said, you're not allowed to settle there. And it's like, why? They said, because it hasn't been mapped yet. You can't have a title deed for somewhere that isn't on a map. So they went back to the Indian family that they were staying with. A young surveyor was sent there, and one of his first jobs that he got when he came to British East Africa was to go and survey Captain Faye's claim, and he fell in love with the captain's oldest daughter and surveyed himself 400 acres next door. And that was the beginning of my family.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to understand the humor of this thing, but I really can't figure it out.
So, when they first put in the railway, they got to Kisumu in 1896, 1897.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one of the biggest problems that they had with their little steam trains was the fact that none of Africa's wildlife was frightened of the train. And so they never managed to keep a schedule, and sometimes the train was hours late.
Yes.
Sometimes it was, it just got delayed by elephants walking on the tracks or a herd of buffalo lying down on the tracks. And so they encouraged people, anybody who had a firearm, if you see something, shoot it. Doesn't matter if you kill it, injure it, whatever, just frighten the shit out of it. And this became so popular that they put a bench on the front of the train so the VIPs could get first shot at anything that they saw. And the elephants basically, all the animals became completely terrified when they heard the train coming. In 1904, the game department was invented, and they came up with the idea that you are no longer allowed to shoot wildlife from the train, full stop. And this was the first law of conservation coming in. And the railways put out a big protest, and they said, you can't do this conservation thing, that's complete madness.
It was bringing in business for us at least.
And it was basically, they said, you'll ruin our train schedule. You'll be able to maintain train times if you stop this habit.
Yeah.
And so this cartoon was a protest against the concept of conservation.
So it's so nice to see out here in Kenya.
And so this was basically the railway department complaining about the idea of conservation.
My grandfather met my grandmother here in Nakuru, Uganda Railway.
On the railway?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so people talk about that being quite a colonial derogatory poster, but I think the history of the story is fantastic. And there are only 3 Africans in that picture, but all 3 of them are sitting on the roof looking quite relaxed, watching this spectacle.
We understood you have a horse department.
We have horse breeding. We're breeding racehorses.
Fantastic.
So
my wife is a fan of horses and did a bit of polo in Uganda.
Oh wow, okay. Great-grandfather, the guy up at the top there's my great-great-grandfather.
So he traveled to survey. That was basically what he did.
So my grandfather was born in this ox wagon as they travelled around putting British East Africa on the map. And they would travel maybe 15 kilometres, set up a camp, survey that area, In the meantime, the road building team would build another road to the next camp,
Yeah.
and then he would survey the next area. So the captain's daughter and my grandfather, my great-grandfather, basically say they went on a 6,000-mile honeymoon. This young boy here is my grandfather and his sister, and they were born in the ox wagon on that journey.
And then later with the car, but that still
That's
looks
later.
like surveying. If you see the wheels, they got stuck.
That just happened in the rainy season. They did bring in some of the early horses.
From?
They came up from South Africa and more from India.